friends, welcome to Ivy's Fortress. I'm Ashante, your reading friend, and we have When a Friend Needs a Friend by Roozeboos right here. Now, these illustrations are quite beautiful, very immaculate if you ask me. On the back cover, it reads, "Good friends stick together in fun times and hard times." That is a tough lesson for friends sometimes because when life gets very, very hard, and I won't take away from the story, but when things get challenging and we tend to have some friction between our relationships, we can either use that friction to build a stronger love and bond, or we can separate ourselves from each other. And it really depends on what you want to make of your life. So, I read this book with my daughter and we enjoyed it. I loved reading this book because it reminded me how hard friendships can get, and sometimes you have to persevere through that toughness. But without further ado, I'm going to put on my reading glasses. Much better. And I am going to start reading. A gift for friends of all ages. Aya and Oscar love to go on big adventures, build amazing creations, and make up stories together. But when Oscar gets sad, his feelings grow so big he doesn't want to play. And that leaves Aya feeling hurt and confused. How can she help when she doesn't know what Oscar needs? With candor and compassion, this heartfelt story shows that big feelings are a normal part of life, something to be felt rather than fixed, and models how to be an ally when someone you love is hurting. Let's get reading. When a Friend Needs a Friend by Roozeboos. This is a Scholastic Press published book. The thing my friend Oscar loved most in the world was building. He did it wherever we went, with whatever we could find. We loved making up stories about his favorite creations. Maybe 2 little mice live here. Yes, and they're planning a big adventure. When Oscar was excited, his voice got loud, especially when he took me to his favorite place. And that's where they're building a house for a giant. Where every person knew his name. Hello, Oscar. Oscar! Hey, Oscar and Aya. How's my favorite nephew? Hi, little buddies. But Oscar could also be quiet or grumpy, and I didn't always know why. Most of the time, these moods didn't last too long. But one day, Oscar seemed really sad. How could I comfort him? What could I say? I don't want to play anymore. All he wanted was to be alone. 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 Although I will say, sometimes with your pets, you're not really alone. They make you feel good. I missed my friend. Had I done something to upset him? Why wouldn't he talk to me? Did he miss me and the things we loved to do together? I went to see our friends and told them how I felt. Sometimes Oscar has big feelings and needs a little space. It's not anyone's fault. We miss his smile and funny stories too. The next day, I went to see my best friend. Hi, Oscar. How are you? A little better, thank you for the notes. Sometimes my feelings grow as big as the giant. I missed you. I missed you too, Oscar. Want to go for a walk? Where are we going? You'll see. It's so good to see you, Oscar. I missed you, little nephew. Hey, we have a surprise for you. It was amazing what we could see from way up here. a whole new view. Look, Oscar, the giant's house is done. Yes, it looked so big from here. It seems a lot smaller. Now I know that Oscar sometimes needed time and space just to feel what he was feeling. And that's okay. And even though I can't always make him feel better, I can be there when my friend needs a friend. The end. All right. A note from our author. When a friend needs a friend was inspired by a construction worker I once knew who had a broken heart. This vulnerability, contrasted with the tough exterior of his profession, instantly resonated with me and reminded me that all people, no matter how strong, go through hard times, and that sadness needs to be felt rather than fixed. The story always draws on my own experiences of being friends with someone who struggles with sadness. I hope it inspires young children to embrace all their emotions and makes them feel seen. About our author and illustrator. Roozeboos was the childhood nickname of Anne Roos Kleijs, who kept it as her artist name when she grew up. She is a Dutch author illustrator living in Rotterdam. Some of her favorite things are coffee, keeping sketchbooks, and wrapping presents. Visit her online at roozeboos.com. Good friends stick together in fun times and hard times. Now, something I really liked about this book is it didn't really matter the context of why Oscar was upset. We don't know why he was mad or why his emotions got as big as a giant, but the important part is it happened. And what can we do to bring him back to happiness, to bring him back to joy? What are some things that Oscar likes? That's some things you can ask your friend. What is my friend like? What would make her cheer up? What does she value? And when you answer all those questions, you can usually come to a good consensus or a good solution to help your friend come out of their mood. Because if you know their values, you know what they like, and you know what you're capable of doing for them, then you can decide on what you will do. And that could possibly make them feel better. It may be that they're in a really big hole of emotions and feelings that are scary and dark and mean, and you never know. But you can always help. And it's okay to ask for help when you have those feelings. It's okay to talk to your friends or a trusted adult. Because if you don't, you're left with that battle all on your own. And who wants to fight emotional battles by themselves? I know I don't. I'm not a fan of it. It's not my favorite thing to do. And I wouldn't encourage my friends to do that themselves either. So, as you go along on this journey of life, I hope that you can continue to be a kind friend with a big heart that shares your love when your friends are doing good and bad or just having a hard time. Well, that's all I have for you friends today. I'll catch you next time. Bye. We truly enjoy sharing our adventures with you here at Ivy's Fortress. If you do too, like our videos and subscribe to our YouTube channel. Well, what are you doing? It is your choice, but we'll race you there. Bye.